Welcome to the May edition of Talk UK. Today I'm at one of the parts of Computacenter which I think is one of those hidden gems. It's always been something that's been very important to me and a very important part of every campaign that I've been directly engaged in. Today we're at the Solution Centre as a whole and I'm joined by Zahid. Hi Zahid, how are you?
Hi Kevin.
Many of you know, well you should all know Zahid. If you don't know Zahid you should definitely make yourself known to him. You and I know we've talked about the Solution Centre a lot and it's evolved over the years.
Yes.
I'm delighted to be here. I thought it'd be great. I've kind of barged in on you, like I do for this event. So what have you got? What's happening today? Give us a bit of a high-level update.
Okay, so as you quite rightly said, we've got Department of Work and Pensions in. This is their DWP team. We've also had their data centre team in 3 times, and a tour from this team before. So this is a repeat customer for us, which is always great.
Excellent. That is good. I like it when customers come back because that shows we're evolving and we're growing wider into that customer. So that's great.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we do find our repeat customers tend to be our best customers.
Yeah.
They come here once and they always want to come back.
Interesting. So William Hill have just left.
William just left. They've been with us for about 4 months doing all kinds of testing.
What have they been doing?
2 separate projects. One's around network testing, the other one's around storage testing.
And I know they've been a great growth customer for us, so fantastic.
And a great repeat customer as well. We've got a couple of training sessions going on today. So there's IS department. We're a new customer for us actually. Even though we've been running for over a decade, is a brand new customer for us to actually do internal training. So our IS team are in there doing ITSM training. We've also got our consultants in doing some Azure training. So there's new cloud stack type technology. We're doing some training around that. And we've also got the cloud team in, so the GIO collaboration who are trying to develop our cloud proposition.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, let's go have a look, shall we, and see what's happening today. You better let us in. My card doesn't even work in there, so
I can get that changed for you.
So, first thing is I got the invite this morning on the new app, so that's pretty exciting. So, tell us about that.
So we had, in fact, it was a big demand from us from our French colleagues, where we've got the Customer Experience Centre in France as well, that because the events are quite customer-centric, they wanted a little bit of a wow factor for the customers, where they had an app that they can see their agenda, their speakers, etc. So we've developed an app in partnership with HP, and I'll mention why that in a minute, which shows the agenda. There's pre-location information, where to book a taxi, which hotels to book. You can see all the speaker profiles, and it's done in quite a slick way. The little bit of wow factor we've added is integration with beacon technology. So what that means is that you can do blue top wayfinding here. So I want to find the Customer Experience Centre. You can press that in, and it will show you how to get there. Also, it does proximity-based messaging. So when you walk past a certain beacon, it can send a little message to your phone saying, "Welcome to Solution Centre," whatever. The other ability we have with the app is once it's with the customer and it comes down and delete it, we can send them push notifications. So, for instance, we've just had delivery of the HP Synergy box. We can let customers know who are interested. Just come, contact your account manager, come and have a look.
Fantastic. Oh, it's excellent. It worked for me. So great. Right, so here we are. I've barged into the Solution Centre, as I said earlier. One of the customers that's here today, we've got a very busy day in the Solution Centre, is DWP. And I've managed to drag John Stern. John, come join us to give us a bit of an update. Hi, how you doing?
Good to see you. It's a hive of activity here.
A hive of activity. I'm just doing a bit of a Talk UK session. I noticed you've got DWP in there for not the first time, I don't think.
No, absolutely.
What you
First
doing?
time for the DWP team, so the digital workplace team in today.
Oh, the DWP team.
Absolutely,
That must
yes.
be really
Easy to
confusing.
say.
Yeah, easy for you to say. So what are you doing with them today? They've been here before.
So they're actually running their monthly team meeting here. They do sort of rotate around suppliers, and it's kind of our turn. We've managed to persuade them on the back of some work we did, Dean Payne and Dave Knight and I did, around helping them to understand as they outsource or they move away from their monolithic outsource with DXC or was HP, and they try to work out the right balance of services that they in-source and out-task. And so we've been using the service catalogue. On the back of that meeting, we've been able to persuade the entire team here, and they really wanted to get a sense of the scale of our operation. We've got some specific challenges around supply chain and build and delivering at scale. But what we're trying to prompt is a much broader discussion about the complexities of what replaces the DXC contract. So it's going well.
Oh, great. And which parts of the Solution Centre have you been to?
Well, so we've done the whole tour. Yeah. We've done the whole tour. We've done a CS sort of sheep dip in the service catalogue and trying to get them to
Great.
open up a little bit, and we've done the tour from supply chain, config, and solution centre.
Fantastic. So even a customer like DWP that knows us well has been back time and again to come see what the capability is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such a large operation.
Yeah.
You just got to keep telling them, keep bringing them, and it's just starting to open up about some of the possibilities. There's a substantial Citrix replatform opportunity as well.
Fantastic. And who have you got here? Who from Computer Centre?
So we've got Paul Bray, we've got Dave Matthews, Dean Payne, Dave Knight and myself, and Dan.
And you've got it all, Dan Thompson,
Dan
and you've got
Thompson.
it all logoed up, and
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
easy was that to do?
It's brilliant, as ever, account-based marketing, and just helps to make it a personalised day and add some value to the customer.
Great, fantastic. Well, you better get back
I
in
better
there
have.
and keep
Thanks.
selling.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. So, as you said, the Synergy Box, I see that right at the front. Latest investment, I know HP are very excited about leveraging that, and in fact their sales teams are very motivated about bringing customers here as well. So, as well as the Synergy Box, which feel free to talk about, what else have we got in the data centre and how's it evolving?
Sure. So as you mentioned, Synergy Box is our latest addition. We'll take you inside there, but it would be far too noisy. You can see this in prime location on the front corner, with a little bit of signage displaying what it is. So the Synergy is probably one of the newest advances in data center technology, which has been quite slow recently. But alongside that we have hyper-converged type units, flash storage technologies, which was very popular last year for bake-off testing. We ran quite a few customer flash bake-offs last year. And
What else have we got?
Yeah, and then we've got a lot more of the newer technologies. We've also got a big investment in networking technology, especially around software-defined networking,
right, okay.
and also around software-defined data center, where the consultants have built out a software stack. The interesting with software-defined is software, you can't see it. It's inside the servers.
It's not as exciting to the view.
And it's not dictated by any server technologies, it's the stuff that goes on the side. We're constantly striving to try and surface that kind of the technology so that when customers do walk around, they can actually see what's inside the boxes. Because it's quite difficult to just visualize what we've got in there.
It's virtual, isn't it? So I know HP are very excited about the Synergy investment. Here we see it, as we say at the front. And this is kind of a key strategy for HP going forward, all around simplifying the hybrid cloud. And this is a key part of that, reducing customer spend on software licenses. So customers come. What do they do with this technology, and what value do they get from it, from us having this environment?
Okay, so we run kind of 3 lines of engagement. The first we call proof of technology. This is where a customer can see a demonstration, where our consultancy organisation will put demonstrations together. They can also do bake-offs in this kind of phase of engagement. But also, before we do any of that, our consultants will actually get access to the technology and kind of verify it does what it says in the tin before exposing it to the customer and getting red-faced. But then we work very closely with our vendor partners to make sure it's tuned in the right way and can demonstrate what we've got.
And HPE is just one of those vendors. I think it's important.
Absolutely.
Very important part, but HPE is just one part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Once we've done all that technology piece and we've got the customer technologies to come and add a play and everything else, we move into what we call the proof of concept phase, because as we know, customers don't buy technology for the sake of technology. There's got to be some kind of business need, business driver, and that's what proof of concept can actually prove.
Right.
I need to be more performant, I need to grow, whatever it is, does this thing actually meet that business requirement?
Yeah.
So that's where the proof of concept comes in. And then the final phase is our integration into service. Now, in the main, it's our managed service, but it can be a customer's managed service.
Yeah.
So we have a full-blown BMC stack in the back end here as well, so we can show integration in the tooling, but also the guys can then work out the cost model, the requirements of how to manage this. So we know, so a customer fundamentally knows, before they've invested a large amount of money into the kit, the technologists like it, it meets the business requirement, and how much does it cost to operation?
Okay. And in terms of customers that we've done that with, who would you talk of recently?
So we dip in and out. William Hills is a recent customer this year who've done a lot of testing on 2 different technology areas, networking and storage. So they've done quite a bit. We've had other government type customers in as well, doing more of the high level technology type showcasing.
Okay.
We've run quite a lot of end user laptop bake-offs recently.
Yeah.
So
really?
Sainsbury's was
Okay.
one. We've done some stuff for Michelin as well, where they just want to come and see what the different laptops look like.
So I know we had quite a significant engagement with Sky here. What was that engagement? What happened?
So Sky were trying to compete with Netflix.
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about a couple of years ago now. They wanted to launch Now TV, but they couldn't do it just using the satellite broadcasting. They needed to do something that worked off the internet. So they wanted to see how they can create a stack of infrastructure that can support that on-demand TV model. But they weren't too keen on using VMware because of the license costs. They wanted to see if they can do that with an open stack, cookie cutter approach, and replicate that. So they built that entire stack here,
Wow.
validated it, tested it, and understood how that would work in their production business model.
Okay. Is there any limit to any customer's technology platform that they have that would mean they couldn't use this centre for proof of concept here?
Because of our fantastic relationship with our partners, we've not come across a limit, apart from once.
Okay.
It was a Fujitsu mainframe that a customer
Ooh.
wanted, and Fujitsu told us that that customer had the only one in the world.
Well,
So there was no way we could do it.
So unless you are the only customer with a Fujitsu mainframe, your customer can get benefit out of this.
Absolutely.
There's a message in there somewhere. Okay. Now, I know the cloud team are here as well, aren't they?
Yes.
Let's go talk to them, shall we?
Okay. Hi guys.
The cloud
Oh.
team. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Oh.
Sorry to barge in on you, gents.
okay.
Richard, Phil, and Steve. So this is the GIO element of the cloud tech lab, is my understanding. And you're here in the Solution Centre today. Is that a frequent place that you reside, or is this new? Are you...
Yeah, it's we're effectively building a new cloud service within GIO.
Right. Okay.
Looking at standard tooling, new tooling that we can bring in to help us evolve the cloud service.
Excellent.
Effectively, publishing over the coming months.
Well, that's great news because the sales force are really excited about that and taking that to market. So good to see that there's a team of people here, a small part of a larger team working on our cloud tech place. So it's real for those of you who don't think it is. It is real investment in real time, building out some of that capability. So I shan't keep you any longer, guys, but enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers, guys.
So the next thing I asked Zahid that I wanted to see was the Customer Experience Centre. Him and I worked very, very deeply actually on designing what it looked like in the first place with Mark. And that was 3 or 4 years ago. And he's brought me into the Customer Experience Centre, which is a bit of a mess, if I'm honest. And that's because it's in redesign, is my
That's right.
understanding. So what's coming and when will it be here?
Okay. Firstly, excuse the laughter in the background. This is
There's a hot house running.
It's
I
not
know,
soundproof, so the hot house, the people in the hot house. So, firstly, as you quite rightly said, for 4 years it's been running at a certain state. So we needed to refresh the screen technology, but a lot of the back end technology as well, because we were
Right.
running quite old AV technology in the back end. So there's a lot of things we wanted to do, we just couldn't do. Signage is a big part of our WOW experience in the Customer
Yeah,
Experience Centre.
absolutely.
It allows the customers to have more of an immersive kind of look and feel when they come into the Customer Experience Centre. So the technologies here are mainly around the screen technologies and how that we can do more integrated AV type engagement. And from an end user point of view, that technology is always refreshing.
So when do you think we'll be ready? I know obviously there's some facilities work required, but when do you think
We're hoping to be reopened in a couple of weeks' time.
Brilliant. Okay, so well, this goes out on the last day of May, so but before the end of June,
Should be done.
easily.
Yeah,
but
should be
probably
done.
mid June. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I'm excited. We'll come back and have a look at some point when it's ready.
Sure. I've got another room I can show you where we've got a few more innovation technologies.
Fantastic. Let's go.
This is temporary for now,
Yeah.
but also we kind of call this our innovation lab. So when we get new technologies that kind of get thrown at us, we will put it in here before we put it into our proposition-based environment. So this is about what technologies could do, so the art of the possible type things.
Right, okay.
Again, it's a bit of a mess because we've got some of the customer experience and the technology in here, but things like the Surface Hub,
Okay.
which is probably been spoken
wow.
about quite a lot. It's
Yeah.
in a flight case because we take it to different events.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come like that. Clearly, it's something that matters. So this has taken meeting room technology to the next level. Very user centric. Pick up a pen and you can whiteboard, right? You don't have to press any buttons. Beautiful writing experience. And when you're done, you just email it to yourself rather than take a photograph. Really easy to use.
Wow.
And also, one of the most annoying things when you walk into a meeting room is that nobody's reset the room. Press a button and it's completely reset. So this is where we bring in new kind of technologies, understand them before we expose them to customers, and kind of put a little story around technologies. Because what you find is that technologies are often just brought in, but unless you can give a business relevance to it, it's just technology for the sake of technology. And that's what we pride ourselves on as a storytelling.
Fantastic. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I saw some of Computer Centre's legends wandering around earlier. I think there's some Microsoft training going on, is that right?
There is, yes, we've got some other consultants.
Should we go and barge in on them and see what they've got to say
I'd
for
love
themselves? Come on.
You need to have a minimum of 2 virtual
Hello.
machines within.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt. Hello, gents.
Hello.
How are you doing? Kevin James, UKMD. I'm doing a bit of a video for the UK Salesforce in the Solution Centre, so I thought I'd interrupt. I didn't feel like I could actually interrupt a customer meeting, so I came and interrupted you. Now I understand you're doing some training, some Microsoft Azure training, is that right?
That's correct.
Richard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Richard, just tell the UK Salesforce what you're doing today.
Sure. So my name's Richard Cheney. I work for Microsoft. I'm part of the practice development unit. So we're here to help Computer Centre as one of our major partners to grow their capacity and capability around Azure. So I'm a cloud solution architect working on cloud infrastructure and management.
So as I said, we've got some of the legends of Computer Centre in the room. So I thought I'd go around and introduce. Well, they can introduce themselves actually. So we'll start with Ola, who doesn't want to say anything.
So, my name is Ola Durodola, Computer Centre. I've been with Computer Centre now, 19 years. Work as a solutions architect within the lead consultancy team. And I'm here to learn more about Azure so we can have a lot of go-to-markets for our customers.
Okay, I'm Stuart Townsend. I'm one of the technical architects in the Windows Server and Identity team. And I too am here to learn more about Azure, especially the identity side, as we've leveraged it for a few of our customers. I'm just trying to grow our skill sets.
I'm John Foster, consultant in the Cloud Virtualization and Automation team. Again, just trying to get a handle on Azure, this one-on-one session really, how it compares with other cloud offerings as well.
I'm Nick Davison from the Cloud Virtualization and Automation team as well. I'm here because I'm brand new to Azure and just learning what it's all about and how it all fits together with our upcoming solutions.
I'm Charles Williams. I'm a solution architect in the lead consulting team, and I'm here to learn about Azure 101 today.
Hi, I'm Mike Hutt. I'm an architect within the Cloud Virtualization and Automation team. And after a number of years deploying private cloud solutions, most recently at Virgin and LG, I'm now here to look at...
He's the man. He's the man. You've got to go see the Liberty Global video. He's the man. With some help from your friends.
Yeah, of course. So I'm now looking at how we can incorporate public cloud rather in the form of Azure to create hybrid cloud offerings.
So Steve Brook from Cloud Virtualization and Automation, working alongside Mike. I'm also an architect, and we're looking obviously to try and move into the public cloud arena, not only with AWS but also with Microsoft Azure. So that's what I'm attending the training today.
Hi, I'm Keith Birchfield. I'm a solution architect in the workplace team. I've been with Computer Centre now for 15 years. I'm currently working on a very large customer organisation. I'm here to get insight into Azure and see how we can take it into our customers, what we're going to be doing next and how we can help advise them.
I am Chris Merrick, Operational Architect for GIO Managed Services, here to learn everything there is to know about Azure today.
Thanks, gents. I don't know what the collective noun for cloud consultants is, but answers on the postcard, I guess. But I calculate that as about over 120 years worth of cloud experience in this room just with Computer Centre. So for those of you salespeople out there that don't think we have technical resources, you're wrong. Look at what's in this room. Actually, why are you in this room? You should be out there consulting. Have a great day, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So it's been a really busy day. Lots going on. And Dave Matthews. Dave, hi Dave.
Sorry, Darren.
Dave, sorry, I know you're busy. You're in the DWP experience, I think. But you're a big user of the Solution Centre. You're always here, I can work out. Tell us about why. What do you get from it? What difference does it make? How do you use it?
I think, Kevin, for me, it's about differentiation. And this place is so much differentiation to the new joiners that I've talked to, facilities that our competition have, nothing like this. And if we take back to, I think, Eversheds, who came here a couple of weeks back, we had the senior partners here, the business people.
Yeah, absolutely.
To actually show them stuff and demonstrate it and how we walk through and do things in their terms and then play back to IT. You couldn't do that anywhere else. I know we've got the amenities section, but it's a room. What we want to do here, when you looked at the DWP and the screens around the room, you can generate that interaction, that intimacy with the customer.
Well, we were here, you were here, and I came into the room when Travis Perkins was here recently. So how did that go down?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent from that side. Again, we used all the facilities in the breakout rooms, and we kind of captured in terms of using that room to play videos and customer stories and walk through what we do as an organisation, but then capture it as well with an artist and play that back. Well, Travis Perkins was excellent.
And if you had a word of advice for the UK sales force about the Solution Centre, what would you say?
Use it. Really, really use it. And the stuff that Zahid's done around, if you just look around here with the Aruba networks, we've got Sainsbury's here on Friday, so we're going to issue with the new application.
Fantastic.
So they actually know where Hatfield is, what Hatfield is, where to go, who the presenters are, what the bios are, what we're going to the agenda. It's making digital work from that side.
Making digital. You better go back to the customer. Cheers, buddy.
No.
Thanks. So here we are in the main office for the Solution Centre. As Zahid said, we've got similar setups in Munich and Montpellier, so it's really a group function now. But we have this fantastic investment, and it's great to know that customers value it and we get great benefit out of it. But I'm here with the person who you have to ring and you have to talk to engage with. So, Lisa.
Hello.
The face to a name. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I've had a lot of fun today, walking
you?
around a very busy Solution Centre. It's been very busy today. Tell us, what sort of customers have you seen over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks?
Okay, predominantly William Hill.
Yeah,
they've come back time and time again.
Yeah.
We've just done the 3rd proof of concept for them, and we've got a 4th one coming up.
That's good.
Lloyd's,
Yeah, okay.
Saint-Gobain, Eversheds.
Wow.
We've done quite a few innovation days.
Oh, right, yeah.
And final bid days. Some of those, Hayes, Rolls-Royce, Michelin, NFUM.
Wow. So all customers that actually are growing with us, which is, I guess there's a message in there really. So I've got, how many of my salespeople do you think you speak to regularly about booking? Because I think customers come back a lot, don't they?
Yes.
So how many of my
Once
salespeople?
they come in, they will typically engage with us and then go on to do proof of concepts and other engagements. I've got the standard few that come back time and time again, without mentioning any names, so I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I've got a core group of salespeople that come back time and time again. We should really
How many
be
do
pushing
you
them.
reckon?
I'd say 10 to 15 of those that use over and over again, but once they come here they get a good experience, the customers are really wowed with the facility and what we can offer them. They always come back to me.
Yeah, no, we never get a negative experience. Everything we ever get back is positive, so thank you for all your effort and the team. But I'll tell you now, we've got 140 salespeople. So there's about 10, 15, maybe 20 when we stretch our brains of people who are really thinking of using the Solution Centre. But that leaves an awful lot of you that really aren't. And I don't really, truly understand why. Anyway, thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Keep them coming.
I will.
And speak to you soon.
Okay.
See you
thank
soon.
you.
Thanks. So Zahid, you mentioned earlier Innovation Days. What does that mean? What do we do on an Innovation Day?
So a year and a half ago, we looked at the use of the big labs, and we saw that the use wasn't great. So we revamped them into customer briefing centres.
Right.
So a little bit more wow factor for the customers. Our partners have them,
Yep.
and we thought we would do the same. Last year, on average, we had 1 engagement a week. 58 customers came in to do some kind of briefing or innovation day. So it's a fantastic success. And if you check your emails, we didn't really launch it.
No,
So
absolutely.
without properly launching it, we actually managed to generate that level of success. But
That's
two fully fledged rooms.
that's the difference between you and me. You see 58 and you say, what a great result. I see 58 and see 100 customers that didn't get one.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
So,
No.
sorry, carry on.
No, so the rooms have been decked out with the signage, as you've seen throughout the facility. So we've personalised that whole experience, all the way from them receiving the app with the same personal experience, all the way through to the engagement, plus the services that the guys will provide around catering, engagement, and proper concierge type facility. So we're taking it out of just being a facility to a complete engagement experience.
Fantastic. So Zahid, it's been really interesting. Are I guess the question for me, you know, we talked to Lisa earlier about the number of engagements, and clearly the people that come back time and time and time again and recognise the value. If I'm an account manager or a specialist or a client director or whoever, and I'm not one of those people and I don't know how to best leverage this, how do I do that for my customer? How do I get the best value out of it?
The simplest thing is call me. Those of you who have, know we can work out what is it you're trying to achieve and the best way to use the Solution Centre.
And maybe come up with some ideas about things that have worked in other customers.
Absolutely. We're very, very flexible, and we've been going for over a decade.
Yeah.
We've got loads of experience that we can share, not only with yourself, but even with your customers, and how they can use the environment. We've got quite a lot of material available. So if you go to the Solution Centre website, both on SalesZone, but also from the public website, we've got brochures, videos, even an iBook app that does a
Wow.
virtual walkthrough. So that can help you understand and picture what it is. But I'd recommend, hugely recommend, just come and see us.
So Zahid, thank you so much. It's been fantastic. It's been enlightening to see how it's evolving, and I love the way it's evolving. That's my pleasure, and you know how important I think it is. I'm just going to sign off the May edition with 3 wins, 3 critical wins that have come about in May, and we've finally nailed them. All very important, most of which you'll know about. Firstly, we've had a fantastic renewal month. Firstly, in John Lewis Partnership, Jane and Dave Lawton and the team have nailed the win into John Lewis Partnership, which gives us a fantastic foundation. And actually, we're already starting to use some of the facilities we have here with John Lewis. Rolls-Royce, Andy Meelan, Chris Stratford and team, and I know there's big teams in both of those deals, but nailing down those 2 renewals have been absolutely critical to the success of this business for this year and beyond. And then I guess the third one I'd like to mention is Nick Jones, a big supporter of the Solution Centre and team who've, there's many people out there saying, are we really doing resource on demand? Well, with the BBC, we absolutely are. We've just won a project to help with the resources on demand for the projects element of some of the service transition inside the BBC. Now, interestingly, BBC, John Lewis, Rolls-Royce, guess what? All big users of this investment. So, you know, again, you need to take some guidance from some of the people that are being successful. Use this investment. Thanks, Zahid, and keep up the great work. Cheers, mate.
Thanks.